Today we are talking, well, we're about to have a verdict for the Kelsey Fitzsimmons. So I came on here, they're supposed to read it at 1:30 local time, which is in about 2-ish minutes. So I thought I would pop on really quick before the verdict is read. We can chat a little bit about what happened. Um, for those of you who have not been following about this case, pretty much the whole gist of it is it's a he said, she said case. My goodness, my words. So it's a he said, she said case, pretty much of like one person, the Kelsey, saying, hey, I was trying to not be around anymore, and the other officer stating that she pretty much was trying to harm him using a trying not to already get yeeted without even saying anything. So it was a very big he said, she said case. They had closing arguments today, and we are just now waiting on the verdict. Closing arguments were very well done, for lack of a better term. They were, uh, both of their cases were done very, very well. They tried very, very hard to respect and also be within bounds of what is proper. So I'm going to kind of, let's see, let's go towards the beginning. So in the Commonwealth, for those who don't know, in Massachusetts or the Commonwealth where this is tried, the obviously the Commonwealth has the burden of proof if it's through the state. And what's very interesting about Massachusetts in general is that they have the defense go first because in their eyes they have to cast more doubt, and then the Commonwealth will go second because they again have the burden of proof, so they have to do all the things to prove that they did it, which I thought was very strange to see, I guess is the right word. I've always been curious about it. So if anybody knows about the lovely court case that just happened in Massachusetts last year, has it already been a year since the Karen Reed case? I guess it has. But uh, it's always very interesting to watch court cases in Massachusetts because of just how different they are from how most other states run things. Like in Idaho, out here, we run its um, state defense state, obviously the state rebuttal, but in Massachusetts, the state goes second. So we're just waiting. They said 1:30 local time, which is a minute past. So feed is live. We're all just waiting. I hope everybody's doing well today. I hope you're getting your errands done. I know I had to get some errands done today, so when I sat down and saw there was a verdict, I was like, okay, I kind of want to cover it. I kind of want to talk about it. Um, for those who don't know, I will probably be doing a big wrap up of this entire case. It was only about 4 days, so the trial was fairly quick. Let's see. Defending while considered not guilty before even, yeah. Was it pushed to 2 p.m.? Oh, the shame. The shame. Let me double check. Because if it is, then, well, I guess we're booty out of luck today because I got an appointment. I thought it would be, a fairly quick connection, or not fairly quick. I did think, oh yeah, verdict is, time has been changed to 2 p.m. Dang it. Ah, well, that sucks, booty cheeks. Well, hello, everybody who showed up. uh, so sorry. I did not know that was pushed back to 2 o'clock. I'll stop sharing that so we don't have to. But dang it, I didn't know that was being pushed to 2 p.m. Well, crap. I have an appointment at noon, technically, which is 2 their time. I wanted to be here with y'all for the verdict. Dang. Well, you want to go over closing statements? Because I genuinely thought that, oh, that makes me so upset, so sad. Oh my goodness. Hello, good morning, Jiminy Crickets. Early day for you, huh? Well, boo. Oh, yeah, some minutes ago, right before. That sucks so bad. See, this is why I should probably check out, what do they call it? X now? Twitter? I just call it Twitter. But it's probably what I should check more is that one. But I don't like. Is everybody with me? I don't really like Twitter. Alrighty. Well, dang. All of you joining, you're like, yeah, let's go. We're not going. Verdict, verdict is pushed back for another 30 minutes, and I unfortunately have an appointment at that time, so I cannot be here. Though, if a. That's so frustrating. I feel so. And I mean, guilty or not guilty, I guess I'll just say out here. It's such an interesting case in general, right? So the whole thing in general is a very interesting way to be done because I understand the process of going into a house of a cop that you're putting a restraining order against, taking the child, which again is a very shitty situation for lack of a better term. It's a very awful situation. Um hello everyone. Hi. So if you didn't see, the verdict's not going to be read until 2. So um I unfortunately have an appointment at that time, or it's noon my time, but 2 o'clock their time. So it's in about 20 something minutes, but I gotta get going soon. Um, but it's such an interesting case because the whole gist of this case was we were serving this warrant, not warrant, that's a wrong word to say. They were serving this restraining order against her ex at the time, or her fiance or ex at the time. And they were going to take the baby and give it to the guy. And it's it, and as someone who deals with mental health, I totally get like watching your child be taken away and having all this stuff being taken away from you and not feeling like you want to be around. But for those of you who have watched chunks of, I mean, I have watched chunks of this, but I don't know. Personally, I don't think the prosecution really proved that she was doing it with malice intent to harm him. I think she was just trying to harm herself. Which again isn't good. Probably should have gotten help. But I don't think I just don't think that the prosecution proved what they were trying to prove. Now, mind you, I knew nothing other than bits and pieces about this case, and it's not a jury trial. It's a bench trial. So the judge is literally the only one who makes all the decisions. If it was a jury trial, I'd be very curious to see what people thought or wanted, like what stuff they would present. I'd be very curious. But unfortunately, it's not. And I think it was smart on her part though to remove the jury part because you have so many people in the world that have very conflicting feelings on mental health and how mental health is brought up and how mental health is handled. And you have almost a stigma as well against mental health. So it could be one of those things where it's like, if you have a jury trial, I think it'd be very, very hard to find a fully non biased jury to have a constructive conversation on whether or not she was guilty of trying to harm the other police officer. But first of all, and I might be getting to the weeds of things, and I know I need to get I need to get going soon, but he is this super decorated police officer. He was in SWAT and he was in the military and he did this and he did that. So if he genuinely thought that he was in harm's way, why did he let her get so close to the gun? Why from there, from the prosecution's opening statements, why did he let her get close to the gun? Why did he let her supposedly rack the gun and shoot and then realize there was no bullets and then redo it to try to get a bullet and then aim at him again for him to shoot? I have so many questions and I feel like none of them were answered. Cause that's my biggest thing. If you're this huge decorated person and you've been on all these things and you're doing all these crazy things, how, and those who've watched, you've seen how, you've seen her. How do you let her get so close to a gun when you know there's a restraining order, when you know she might be unwell? I'm trying not to use the S word, because that gets yeeted very fast. But all of those things, and you still sit there and you let her supposedly aim at you, realize it's empty, and then try to fix it to aim back at you just for you to shoot her. If I'm wrong, please tell me. But that's a major, major red flag to me in your story. Just saying. Jamie says, I think he stepped away, and when he came back and saw the gun, he panicked without looking to see where she was pointing at and shot. Then he had to cover his mistake. Maybe, but why not just be honest about that? And again, like you're talking about, gonna get into the weeds on things. You're talking about a cop who, I mean, honestly, I would respect him more if he's just like, hey, I fucked up. Like, I fucked up. I thought she was pointing at me. She wasn't. And I shot without thinking. Because here's the thing at the end of the day. Whether you believe it or not, I mean, out here in Idaho, the laws are so weird. But for me, right, in Idaho, if I genuinely thought I was in danger and I shot and I later found out I wasn't in danger, I'd feel really, really fucking bad, of course. But I'd owned up my mistake. Because at the end of the day, you have to. There is no choices. Like, but I think with Massachusetts and the way they handle things, like, if you have seen the Karen Reed case, then you know, you know, how bad. Yeah, if you've seen the Karen Reed case, you just know. Like, I'm sorry. I can't look at a leaf blower the same way anymore. So it's just a lot. Jamie also says, because that looks bad on him. Yeah, you're right. As well as opens the police to lawsuit if he used deadly force on her while she was threatening. Maybe, but there is an argument to say that I saw a flash of a gun and I thought it was pointed at me and I didn't realize it was pointed at herself. You could use that argument. And I think that would go further than just being like, well, she pointed it at me and I saw her rack it twice and I didn't ever pull the gun out until I was like, oh, I guess. And like, that looks more stupid than, so many of the hires for cops anymore can't admit to doing anything wrong. You're right. Yeah, and their departments will back them up. Yeah. A normal person might panic. A trained person, cop or military, should not just panic. Correct. And I think that's my biggest thing is for me especially, because as I've said previously in some of my other stuff, I'm prior military, right? So in my head, I know if I have to carry a firearm, I have to be cool, calm, and collected at all times. I cannot go in willy-nilly thinking that someone's gonna harm me because then that just leads to more issues. So if you are serving a restraining order, you have to there's a child in the house and you know that, then you, especially as someone as decorated as him, you have to have a level head. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. And to I think it looks worse, this storyline of, well, she pointed at me twice and then I shot. I think it looks worse than just saying, "Hey, I walked around the corner, I saw a flash of a gun, I shot because I was worried about her harming me and I didn't look like." I would have more so been inclined to let it be more understanding than, "Oh yeah, she pointed at me twice, then I shot." That makes you look awful in my eyes. Just it just makes you look awful. I'm sorry. That's my own rant for the day, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's a wild case. I'm gonna do a recap of the whole thing. I'm gonna have to sit down and go through and see what was said and what wasn't said. I might look at some other actual legal commentary just to kind of chunk it up a little bit easier for my own brain. But all around, it's a very, very sad case. This poor woman who's battling so much, and especially for people who have dealt with postpartum, like, and hearing about that story just breaks your heart because I know I know women who have been in that similar situation with postpartum, and it's heartbreaking just to hear all that. All right, well, I have an appointment in 15 minutes. I cannot stay, unfortunately. I wish I could because I really wanted to hear about. I really wanted to sit and watch this verdict with y'all, but I cannot, sadly. And I do have to get going because it is about 10 minutes away. So, thank you all so much for being here. I am so sorry that we could not watch the verdict together. I really wanted to. Why do I have to have appointments? Why can't I just not have appointments ever anymore? But sadly, it's a VA appointment, so I cannot skip it. Because if I skip that VA appointment, I'm screwed. So, anybody who's prior military knows you wait months for the VA to contact you about an appointment, and it sucks so bad. Oh, don't be sorry you're late. It's totally understandable. I kind of went live on a whim, and because I was like, ooh, verdict. And then I was like, fuck, verdict. And fuck, this was this was changed. I thought we would be done with verdict by now, but we're not. Yeah, I cannot. No, I cannot. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I was so excited to watch it, and I cannot skip this. Listen, I have waited. If you want to talk about the VA, I have waited 3 months for this appointment. 3 months. I scheduled this so long ago. So long ago. Yeah, miss one VA appointment. It'll be next year. I know. And it's wild. And I feel bad because the VA is very, very short staffed. So they're trying, and I appreciate it. But I cannot sadly skip this one. So if you guys want, I will actually just ask this now while I'm still sitting here before I leave. Let's see. You're going to hear me typing for a second. We'll do that. Okay. I think the poll has started. I think. Maybe? I don't know. So, if you guys want me to do another live, I totally can. Or you can just put ones in the chat for yes. And we can totally watch the verdict as soon as I'm done with my appointment. It will be done about 1-ish my time, which means it'll be about 3 their time. So the verdict will be already read. Everybody will be up in arms, but I will have blinders on I will have blinders on. And if anybody says Kelsey, I'll cover my ears really, really quick so I can't hear. But I'm seeing mostly ones. So we'll definitely do that. Cool, cool. Uh, so we'll do the verdict when I get back. I'm in Mountain Standard Time or Mountain Daylight Time right now. So I'm about 2 hours ahead of Massachusetts. Or 2 hours behind. Sorry, 2 hours behind Massachusetts. So I will do that. We will go live right when I get back from my appointment. I will rush back as fast as possible and I will have all the things happening. So we'll do that. Yes, oh yeah, Central Time. So yeah, in approximately an hour, hour and 15. All good? We all Gucci gang? God, I haven't heard that song in forever. That was just a random thought that popped in my head. I was like, yeah. Okay, thank you all for the impromptu live. I will see you all in about an hour and 15. And yeah, okay, so forehead kisses to you all. I will see you all in like an hour and 15. All right, I'll see you then. All right, bye guys.